Welcome everyone to Chapter 9. When last we spoke, I was a bit sick. I am still getting over it. I'm feeling mostly better, but still having the occasional coughing jag, so I apologize if I have to break at some point to do that, or to keel over and die, or I'm not sure what I have, because I don't have insurance, so I haven't gone to a doctor. It could be pretty serious. Gifts are welcome. So God had just gotten Noah and his bunch off the boat and was swearing he was never going to go through this again because it just wasn't worth the headache. So, and God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply." They like to start out with a little recap because I'm pretty sure that exact sentence was in chapter 8. But just in case you forgot, in case it's been a week since you heard the last chapter, as it is in this case. And said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth." Go get busy. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth. So all animals will cower in our presence. Sound familiar? Yep, state of the world today. And upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea, into your hand, but not sharks, because they're not technically fishes. Into your hand are they delivered. Okay, so they're all underneath the hand of man. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Eat every animal. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. So I've given you some green herbs. You can be a vegetarian if you want, but if you're smart, you'll eat meat. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. So hold on there, buddy. I know you're excited about this meat thing, but humans are meat too. Not allowed. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. Whoa, I think he's talking about human sacrifice. At the hand of every beast will I require it. So every time you kill an animal, sacrifice a human. And at the hand, that can't be right. And at the hand of man, there would be fewer barbecues, for sure. If you had to, put Uncle Bob on a pyre each time. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. This is gobbledygook he's speaking right now. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. What he's just saying is, kind of like what happened with Cain. If anybody kills man from now on, going forward, now that we've started over, wiped the slate clean, I've wiped out all those idiots before, so if anyone wants to cross me again, you're going to hang, sister or brother. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. So man looks like God, he's sort of down there representing, and God doesn't want man, making him look bad. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God, just reiterating, and God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, so gathered everybody around, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you. So, they probably slice their hand and smush the blood together, like they do. So there's a bind there. A bond, not a bind. You know what I mean. I'm reading and talking at the same time. You can forgive the occasional slip up, can't you? And with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. So the covenant's with them too. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. So again, not going to do that again. And neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. He says neither, like he's saying something different, but that's really the same thing. And God said, "This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations." So he's saying, this blood that we're smearing on each other's hands means, I swear to you, bro, no more floods wiping out your people. I don't care how bad you mess up. Little did he know what we'd be doing today. There's probably another flood brewing, despite his blood contract. Where was I? And got to that. I do set my bow in the cloud, like a bow and arrow. I kind of thought Cupid. I always thought Cupid was the one with that, but maybe God started it. And it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. He's talking about a rainbow. Bow is a short, hipsterish way of saying rainbow. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more... He's working awfully hard to convince Noah that he's not going to forget this covenant. He's God. Like, I feel like he should just be like, yo, there's a covenant, and then leave. And it's up to Noah to trust God that... I guess the trust has been shattered a little bit based on prior actions, but he really feels the need to make him feel safe about this. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember. I wonder if that was God's voice on that video. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It'd be funny if that was God. That wouldn't be what I would picture his voice would sound like. But he's probably that happy, though. That I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. So that's his reminder. Every time he sees the rainbow, he's like, oh yeah, remember when I killed everybody? Don't do that again. This is it. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. Okay, they all made it. Okay. And Ham is the father of Canaan. So Ham has apparently already been porking because he's got a son now. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman. That's a word we don't use anymore. I don't know what it means. And he planted a vineyard. So maybe husbandman means wine cellar. And he drank of the wine and was drunken. Okay, maybe it means drunkard. And he was uncovered within his tent. Uncovered within it. So he was sleeping in a tent. He was drinking wine, got drunk, wandered out of the house, fell asleep in a tent, and then somebody found him out there. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. So Ham's the one that found him, and he was drunk and naked. And told his two brethren without. So he told his brothers, yo, Dad's a little unclothed in the backyard. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward in the backyard and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, so they weren't looking, and they saw not their father's nakedness. See, this is just promoting a whole culture of, embarrassment about our bodies. And that's why there's so much like bulimia and stuff today. So they didn't start out on a good foot there. And Noah awoke from his wine, finally, probably vomited a few times, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, cursed be Canaan. Hey, thanks a lot for coming out there and covering me up when I was drunken and naked. I'm going to curse you. That's an appropriate, mature reaction. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Gosh. Wait, Canaan didn't even have anything to do with this. Ham was the one that... I don't know, he's drunk and cursing people. And he said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Okay, so this poor kid is now a servant. God shall enlarge Japheth. Okay, so he wasn't big enough. He had to go to God for a little cosmetic work. And he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant as well. So Canaan's going to have a lot of chores to do. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So fast forward. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Period. At the end of the chapter. A sour down note to end on. This guy Noah that we've grown to love and appreciate has kicked it. But he lived a long life. He made it into a big chunk of the Bible, so it wasn't all for naught. Anyway, chapter 10 next week. Can you believe it? The Bible flies when you're having fun. See you next week.